Welcome today to another build video. We're building the sheet 4 wall 5 component. These are a few of the things that you'll need in frame right now. Let's just cover what they are. A pencil, your glue. I don't use much glue, but it's nice to have it if you need it. The package of 8-foot studs. These are 5 5/8 inches long. A cutting surface, razor blade, bag of nails, needle nose pliers, and tape measure. Oh, let's not forget our handy piece of sandpaper. All right. So I'm pretty excited about this wall. It's a lot bigger than the last few that I've been working on, so that's probably why I'm more excited about it. If you're wondering about these pieces, I'll talk about that again right now. Those pieces are from this bundle, and this bundle is the 18-inch long segments. They're the 18-inch 2x4s. So just so you know where we're at on that. And then the only thing that you've missed at this point is cutting these to the correct length. We saw in the other on the other sheet that there was an alternative way to build these upright. I think that to make sure that all of them are the exact right size so that they all go together well, building it flat on the paper is the best solution. Yes, of course. No problem. I hope you have a great day. Okay, the next thing that we're going to be doing here is securing these two pieces to the drawing. And I'm going to take out some more nails. I ran out of nails from my last building. And have a great weekend. And just a little bit, just a little bit. The less you take out, the less you can spill. Okay. So I have those off to the side. Okay, so I'm going to clear my workspace. Keep only the things that I need right in the near space, and then something this long. I think I'm going to get about. I can secure this with 1, 2, 3, 4. I think about 4. I'm going to try to put 4 in here. And so I'm going to go straight down into the body here. Let's align it. That's aligned nicely. I've started to put them at a slight angle down. Not very much, but just a slight angle. And that seems to really help keep them where I want them. The main thing where I'm placing these nails is I'm placing them where the studs are not. Okay, so I'm placing them here in between these two studs and here in between these two studs. So that's my only rule that I would recommend you follow, because you can get very cluttered with too many nails in the same spot. So just a slight angle, so not quite perpendicular to the surface. There we go. Very happy about that. Okay, so it's all lined up, looking good. And now I'm going to put the 4 on the top. Now that I have the 4 in here, I really do think that it only needs 4. So just in case you were wondering, is 4 enough? Yeah, I think 4 is enough. It feels nice and secure. Okay. Wow, okay, that's it. I'm pretty happy. Oh, you know what? This one's flexed up a little bit. I can only see that because of the angle that I'm at here. So I'm actually going to take these 2 out and put them back in. You really need to check your alignment on all of this very carefully, because otherwise you're building the walls crooked. There, that looks much better. Okay. Now, of course, comes the fastest part of the wall build. Grab your 8-footers. If you're wondering, if you want to just double check you're grabbing the right bundle, these are 5 5/8 long, and then we're going to get right into this. I'll just count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Visually, this is really hard to see, but there are 23. I'd count them again, but let's just take out 23. I'm going to look at this really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is just about 29, so I'm just going to pop the whole rubber band off, and this is going to be a little messy. We're going to have so much, but here we go. So I have my trusty piece of sandpaper ready. I'm pretty sure I included 100 grit sandpaper in everybody's box. So remember, you have these little squares in your box. If you don't have any, we can always get more to you. So I'm trying to put it in the spot, and it's not quite fitting, and I'm sanding lightly. There. The light sanding allowed for a snug fit here on the end. And I'm having a little trouble adjusting it and seeing the line. So I'm slowly doing that there. And the other one on this end, I'm going to try to put it in. That one goes in, no problem. Okay, So this is going to be the first step is to create the entire perimeter frame here, and then we're going to go ahead and nail those in from the bottom to top, the bottom and the top, making sure that they're aligned with the paper. Nice. Remember to be careful as you're pushing these nails in. Okay, great. We're off to a great start. I'm going to just get this a little closer down here so I can reach it a little bit easier. Okay, and so this is where we're going. I just like to give a little visual here of what's happening. Some of these pieces are dropping right in, which I'm just really thrilled about. Wow, this is going to go even faster if these pieces are just going straight in. Dang, we're moving now. Look at that. That one, that one, that one, that one. This one's a little snug. I'm just going to brush it slightly, not very much. Sometimes the sanding is like barely, you're just barely moving it, and you're getting it just to be a little snug. Wow, all those are already the right length. That's great. That one's a little loose, but I think it's still close enough. That one. Then there's a double. There's a double here. That's quick. Up, I have some damage here. So I see that this whole top piece is missing. Okay, just kick this out of the bundle for now. We're going to cut that up to make smaller pieces. This is great. There's a little imperfection in this one. I think that is okay. Okay. A little snug. Last time I built left to right. This time I'm going to go back to right to left. Actually, if I'm going this way, I think that's fine. Wow, all of those fit in really quickly. So I'm just going to go straight to the nailing component here. And just a quick look at wall 5. Wall 5 is jamming. Look at that. We are just, what? That is so fast. Okay, I think if I had to make a guess, I'm getting a little bit better at this process as my skills improve. I'm going to bring in a few little extra blocks here and here to keep the space. They don't need to be any particular size, but I don't like them to be too small. So just grab 2 for each section. So you'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's got to be one more medium. Well, I'll just use a small one, 10. Okay, so I just grabbed some out of my my shorts bag where I keep all my extra little short pieces, and those are going to be the space keepers here before I cut all my 1-inch sections here, here, here for these. I think these are the channel blocks. Yes, these are the channel blocks. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 1-inch sections that I'll have to cut for those. Okay, here we go. So in working right to left, I'm going straight in horizontally. You want to make sure that you do not put it into the paper by going at too much of an angle. I'm pushing with the nose to nudge it while I'm putting some pressure on top. This is going well so far. These are so close. I'm going to just move this one out of the way while I get this first one in. Okay, so we're at this part where we're going to be nailing. I think I'm going to try to move the camera a little bit. So I can get a better, yeah, I think I can reach this from the sitting position. was really, I was feeling a little overextended from the top. So let's put the two blocks in. I like to put the blocks near the top and the bottom. They don't have to be all the way near the top or the bottom, but I feel that gets their point across. And then bring in the stud, holding down with these 4 fingers. There we go. And this next one. Nice, nice, nice. Boom. That's great. And so then we'll be just able to pop these blocks out later. Okay, you can leave them in for now. But this just helps us get this wall up faster, and then we'll put the real size blocks in later, the 1-inch versions. Okay, now I'm coming to a section where I have more of those spacers. And this is a double. What's coming up here is a double. So because of these blocks, sometimes this next one is a little bit pushed over to the left. So don't worry about that. We're just getting it as close as possible. The issue I was having with having to put a lot of pressure down on the pieces while I was nailing them has been eliminated by putting these nails in here first to secure the piece at a slight angle. That has eliminated most of the flex up from the paper that I was experiencing. So I feel the build is going much faster, and I'm not having to call out the apply pressure for the flex, but you still want to do a little bit of it just to check that your piece isn't coming up. This is going very quickly today. the spacers in. There we go. Next piece. There it is. Got it. This is getting a little cramped over here. That's okay. Drop the blocks in to spacers. This piece has a little bit of upward flex in it, so I'm applying some gentle pressure downward here with these 3 fingers. You always want to make sure that the pieces are flat on the paper while you're driving the nails in. There we go. Getting close. Drop your 2 spacers in, slide it up, pinch it just a little bit. Last one. Ba-bam! That's right. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm taking a look at the time. I think we have a little bit more time. And the next thing I like to put in at this point is the headers. These are 4x4 headers. So let's talk about the 4x4 headers for a moment. Identification, and then moving to the cripples. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then moving to the trimmers. 1, 2. 1, 2. Then moving towards the fire blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are so tiny, you might need to use some glue here. I'm just saying. Wow, this is going super fast. And I don't, I think it's because of the anatomy of this wall that it's going so quickly. So I'm just really, I'm really impressed with the progress today. Let's do the identification for the 4x4s. I know I don't have any in my little parts bag anymore because of the transition I made. What I mean is, I used up all of the pieces of 4x4. It was a long piece. Boy, this piece, look at that curvature. Now, for any of you who are wondering why wood does this, I mean, look at this. Look, you can see the deflection. Look at the deflection of that. If I want to make it flat, and I'll put it like that. But watch this. Is that ideal? No. But we're using smaller sections of it. So look, we're using a small section there and a small section there. So if I was only doing a small section, it actually doesn't present the same issues. So let's just take one of these, for example. Oh, well, let's talk about this. I think this is an important part to mention. Now, the wood itself is part of a living organism. The tree has a growth cycle, and that growth cycle is visually represented by annual rings. And usually when you look down at a tree trunk, you can count all the rings, like these layers in the tape roll. And some rings are wider than others, and some rings are smaller than others, and that depends on the type of weather and the amount of water the tree got that year. But the reason why I'm talking about the rings and the grain structure of the wood is because the wood wants the grain structure and the rings to be flat. It wants to flatten them out. Now, when we're looking at something like this, you can see that it's not flat. But that has to do with the grain. So looking at this grain, you have to make some decisions what's best for your project. Selection of the wood is very important. For instance, if I wanted to use this piece down here, I would say I probably would not use that piece down there because of look at all this tension I would have to apply to it to get it to stay in the right position. Now this is indicative of an issue of the board not being straight. You can really see when you look down it, when you look straight down, how curved it is. This is the way that you choose wood at the lumber yard or the home improvement store. And if you see this level of bend in the wood, don't buy it. If you select poor materials, your project will be compromised at that very basic level. So always choose materials that are straight. In this case, we don't have a choice. We're going to have to use this piece because we don't have too much extra. And because we don't have too much extra, we can't be wasteful. Now watch when I cut these pieces, what happens next. That was quick. That was quick. I'm going to try to put the piece in. The piece is a little snug. I'm grabbing my piece of sandpaper. Nice. So in this small span, it really isn't that evident how much the wood is curving. There we go. So those are my next two pieces here. And then I'll apply my nails here, and here, and here, and there.